I'm always raving about solo travel and talking about how great it is and telling people that they have to go do it, but I realized that I've never talked about the downsides of solo travel and the things that I don't like. My last video was sharing 5 ways that solo travel is awesome. If you haven't seen that yet, I will have it linked down below. So I thought it would only be fair if today I shared 5 ways that solo travel kind of sucks. Before I get started, shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. It is an all-in-one platform that has everything you need to build your online presence. Okay, so the first way that solo travel kind of sucks is you're probably going to be eating most of your meals by yourself. Sharing a meal with somebody is just better than eating by yourself. It's one of those facts of life. Like, I'm an independent person. I like to do pretty much everything else by myself, but when I sit down to have a meal, I just want to have somebody to share it with. It's not a deal breaker for me with solo travel, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable with eating by myself in restaurants. I even do it at home in Seattle sometimes now, but it's just nicer to be able to sit there and have a conversation with somebody. The second thing that I don't love about solo travel is I can't split my hotel costs with somebody else. Now, this might sound a little contradicting if you watched my last video, because I brought this up in that video, and there are ways around this depending on where you're traveling. Like, in some areas of the world, single hotel rooms are a thing, or hostels are really popular, so you can get a room or a shared room in a hostel. But there are also a lot of places in the world, especially here in the US, where a hotel is gonna be your only option. I feel like the US is really far behind when it comes to hostels and like offering single-sized rooms in hotels. So if you want to make a trip to the Grand Canyon and you're gonna go by yourself, you're gonna end up paying for a full-price hotel room for just you. The third thing that sucks about solo travel is you don't have somebody with you to take pictures of you, which I realize is so narcissistic, but it's what everybody's thinking, because it is the top question that I have received since I've started solo traveling is, how do you get pictures of yourself? Is there somebody with you taking pictures of you? I think it's a universal human thing that if you go to a cool landmark, you want a picture of yourself with that landmark. Like, if you go to the Eiffel Tower, you would like a picture of yourself with the Eiffel Tower. And it doesn't matter if you're like an Instagram person or not. People want pictures of them on their travels to remember the trip by. And we all know that stranger photos are inherently terrible. I don't know what it is. If it's just like a whole bunch of robots that look like tourists out there that are out there for the sole purpose of taking the worst photo you've ever seen of yourself. We all know you can't rely on strangers to get the photos of you that you want on your travels. So when you're traveling by yourself, it's a struggle. I have learned to get around it a little bit because I use a tripod and a timer for most of my photos. Like, the majority of what you see on my Instagram page is stuff that I've taken myself. But that process takes time, and I can't do it everywhere. Like, if it's a really busy area with a lot of people, I can't set my camera up and walk away from it. So if I want to take a picture somewhere, I have to make sure that I'm there at sunrise before anybody else is out, so that I have space and no one around to set up my camera and then go walk away from it and get that picture with that landmark that I want. Which is a hassle, because there are definitely points along your journey too that you just see little things that you would like a picture with, like a cool sign, or like you get an amazing meal and you want a picture of you with your dinner. The fourth thing about solo travel that I would say is more annoying than anything is you don't have anybody to lean on. And this is something about solo travel that's very empowering and confidence boosting, because you have to figure everything out yourself. But there's so many little things that are so much easier if you have another person with you. Like, anytime that you're at an airport or a bus station or a train station or anywhere with your luggage, if you have to go to the bathroom while you're solo traveling, you have to lug all of your luggage with you to go find that bathroom, versus if you're with somebody else, what do? We have somebody watch our bags. Hey, watch the bags. I'm gonna go run into Hudson News and get a water bottle, or run to the bathroom or whatever. Like, you don't have to be lugging your luggage around everywhere. Also, last year when I was in Portugal by myself, I lost my wallet with all of my cards, all of my cash. I did a story video about this. I will link it down below if you want to know that experience, because it turned very crazy. And that really sucked, because if I had been traveling with somebody else and I lost all of my money and cards and had absolutely nothing on me, that person could have just floated me some money, or I could have Venmo'd them, and they could, like, that person could have covered my expenses until I could get to a place where I could get money. And then the fifth thing that I don't really love about solo travel is it's harder to share the experience after the trip is over. One of the best things about traveling with somebody else is reminiscing about the trip afterward. If you are thinking about solo traveling, I really recommend doing something like starting a blog or a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or something where you can share parts of your trip with other people, because I do think that my sharing all of my travels with you guys, creating this content, helps remove part of that feeling of like I'm the only person that's experiencing this and I can't share it with people, because I share it with you guys. When I'm on my trip and I'm doing something cool and I'm getting to video it, I feel like, oh, this is super exciting, I can't wait to share it with them. Where if I didn't have this outlet to share with you guys, I might feel a little more of that, like, oh, it's just me and I can't talk about this with anyone else, if that makes sense. And I think this is a big reason why a lot of people don't consider solo traveling, is they think group travel is better than solo travel. And I think in some ways it definitely is. I think that solo travel has its own unique aspects that are really special as well. But yeah, there are a lot of things about group travel that are better than solo travel. But how often are you doing group travel? Because group travel is hard to organize. Everybody has to be on the same schedule, wanting to go to the same place on the same dates and do the same things and stay in the same hotel. Group travel is harder to organize, and so I think people do it a lot less. So even if you do think group travel is better than solo travel is better than no travel. So if you're between group travel or no travel, I think that solo travel is worth it. So those are 5 things about solo travel that I don't like. It's definitely not perfect. If there are any things about solo travel that you've experienced that you don't like, let me know what they are down in a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when new videos are posted. And before I go, let's talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the platform that I run my website on, and I love it because it's so visual. I can drag and drop the elements of my page exactly how I want them, and I can geotag all of my posts to the location that the post is about, which is really cool for travel content. So head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when your site is ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/AllisonAnderson to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks, Squarespace. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.